streaming, everything great. Hello, everyone. How are you? This is Omar from the American Me podcast. That's right, American Me. I love myself and I love America. So today we're gonna have a different discussion. I hope you stay with me because I want to educate you on a lot of stuff. I'm gonna give you an idea. We're gonna talk about Diddy. I think he's innocent of all most of the charges he's being charged for. It doesn't make sense what they have him on. They should charge him with other stuff like domestic stuff like that. And I'm going to give you the breakdown on ISIS. Who are the author of ISIS? Who created ISIS? And what was the reason for creating ISIS? Anyway, as we sit today, first let me give you the updates. Israel continues to starve 2 million people, to bomb. In the last 24 hours, they have bombed more than 100 buildings purposely. It is chaotic. It is criminal behavior. It is giving the middle finger to the whole world. It is like, yes, we are the Jewish people and we have no fear of nobody because we had the Holocaust. Now it's okay, we do whatever we want to. It's a shame that we are underwriting in the United States. You know, when you have an insurance policy, you always got to get an underwriter. Well, we are the American public, our tax money. Trust me, if the Israeli IDF or IOF military had to pay for those bombs, they would not use them. But since they come free 24 hours a day without, they don't stop. It's 24 hours a day. C-130 airplanes all day and all night, just stop with weapons from all over the world. It's like Europe, the continent that begot Israel and set up this colonial state in the middle of nowhere in the Middle East, is continuing to support that bastard that they put in the Middle East. Excuse my language, but Israel is a bastard country. It has no business being there. If it was a multicultural country, it would have been okay. Like if Palestinians and Jews were made a state, 100%, I'll be with that. Why not? But when you come from Europe, you have no relation to the land, beat up people, kill people, murder, mayhem, steal, build on their land, demolish their cemeteries, as if you are just a parasite. So the problem is the same countries that set up this bastardized country in the middle of nowhere are still supporting it until today. Don't believe when they go on TV and they say, "Oh, we had enough." After 18 months, you had enough, you piece of shit, and you're a state and you have a lot of intelligence and you know what's going on the ground. All of a sudden, you had enough. Enough of what? You could have stopped it the first month if we wanted to. Our only hope is if Donald Trump wants to win the Nobel Peace Prize, there you go. He could stop it in 24 in 5 minutes. Reagan did it before in Lebanon when the Israelis killed 17,000 Lebanese. They used to killing Arabs. And he called them. He said, "This is a Holocaust. If you don't stop, our relationship is over." And they stopped in 5 minutes. But what we have is, I wish, let's say the president of the United States is listening to me. Oh, see, I was playing with the buttons. I'm trying to learn. If the president of the United States is listening to me right now, Mr. President, if you want to win the Nobel Peace Prize, stop the killing of Palestinian women and children. You have to stop it. It is unchristian, like it is un-American. It is un-Western values. We don't care what those Zionist values are. We already know because they are nothing but Nazis, and we already saw it, and they proved it day after day. But I beg to differ that we can't stop that. Anyway, let's go back to Diddy. Diddy. Now, Diddy Sean Combs isn't on trial for a RICO charge. Now, a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, my, what was a RICO charge?" If you don't know, that's why I hate new laws. I'm the person, I'm probably a libertarian at heart. I don't even know it. I hate new laws. I really do from my bottom because when new laws are made, they continue to evolve and they just grow tentacles, whatever you want to call that word. Hold on, I'm trying to get Diddy's picture here, but you know how I am. Uh oh, you see. This is anyway. Let me see if I could do it. If not, it's okay. It's no biggie, huh? Ah, come on, man. Hold on. I know it's here someplace. Oh, yeah. So Diddy. Okay, I can't get it. I can't get the full. You know what Diddy looks like, so who? It doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm not here to. Okay, I'm back. Anyway, Diddy Sean Combs. If you know the history of his history is how he got so big. And when they say he had parties and he had these freak offs, Diddy Combs, that's how he came up in the rap world. What he used to do is he used to hold parties. He wasn't a mogul or he's a rap artist or anything like that. He's not a rap artist. He just later on he just he just jumped on the trip. What he used to do is buy a lot of liquor and get a license, a 1 day license, and hold these lavish, crazy parties. And that's how he made his money. So when you see that habit, when they say Diddy is having parties, that's what he did when he was 18, 19, 20, 21, before he jumped into the rap game and started his own label and made billions. He was worth $1 billion now. Now, the only thing is they said they are freak offs. I don't know what freak offs is. Maybe the parties developed a little bit toward the other way. But so I've been listening and reading about his cases that I don't see. All I see is Diddy chase Cassie, Diddy punch Cassie, Diddy pulled her by the hair. You understand? So the whole issue is if you want to charge Diddy is if they still I don't know what the time is when charges you cannot charge no more, like we said in crimes. Domestic violence. That's about it. So let's look at the charges here. Okay, let's look at the charges here. In one, I think on one day they had the guy named what's his name, Cuddy something, who was Cassie's boyfriend, and they say that Diddy went with a gun to threaten him. Why is he dating Cassie? Now the question you gotta ask: does that make any sense? The guy is paying escorts money to come into his house to have sex with his girlfriend while he watches and masturbates. So why would he get mad? And why would he get jealous? He's paying people high value dollars. He's a cockhold. He's a bisexual cockhold. And he was repressing his bisexuality or homosexuality because he knows he's in the world of rap. Rap is like the macho genre of the gangster rap is. And everybody say, oh, he was talking big shot. He's going to put people in the East River. Have you listened to rap songs? It's all about killing and chilling. I did this and I did that and I put him there and I got 5 bodies in the Hudson River. And it's all BS. Rap is about BS. You understand? A matter of fact, when rap started, it was about it's sort of like the revolution of young men in the ghettos, especially black young men. They had no identity, so they named themselves Scarface after like a movie or Gaddafi or what's his name? I don't know. That guy that used to be in Panama. They would give themselves names of leaders of other countries, or Castro or Gotti or things like that. It's all about being a big shot, about being able to do crazy things. So these are the charges. So I've been watching. Well, you can't watch the trial. I wish they had it on TV so the whole world could judge. But New York. I don't know. New York, the city that's always on the front of anything, is unable to Diddy charges. Okay, so let's go over the charges. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know anything about law, but I know about making sense, what makes sense and what doesn't. So RICO, oh, I'm sorry, let's go back. RICO was a law that was made in the 1970s. Something else. It's a racketeering when you have an organization. It was done starting in the 70s to get like a mafia, gangsters, the gang organization. So the whole idea was, this is what RICO was all, in a nutshell is, the bosses, the mafia bosses, or the criminal syndicates are not they're not committing the crimes, and they're not even talking about it, but they are benefiting financially when they get the kick up from the soldiers who make that money on the streets. So they came this law is like the poisonous tree. If the lower guy on the street is committing the crime and the higher ups are benefiting, then everybody is part of a RICO, a racketeering something or organization. I don't know how to break it down to you. So why the hell is Diddy on it? Diddy, I don't see other people with him. Diddy is his own RICO case. He's the syndicate boss. He's a street guy. It doesn't make no sense. It's just destructive behavior. They're trying to destroy this fucking idiot for his idiocy and his behavior of stupidity. Because, okay, let's go over the charger, me and you. I hope you guys are watching and stay interested, okay? Before we get the ISIS and all the other garbage, okay? Ready? Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Sex trafficking. Diddy is accused of running a network involving corrosion, or and exploitation of women across state lines. Now that's BS. I call BS on it. You know why? Because a lot of rich guys fly Instagram models to different states for the sexual pleasure and paying them for coming on. If you're gonna arrest Diddy on the idea that he was sex trafficking by having women go to another state to have sex for money, then you're gonna have to arrest maybe a couple of million people. It's a well-known fact that these models on Instagram are mostly prostituting themselves to a rich man or men or well-being, or even a guy with money. They will fly them over, have what they do what they want to do, have a weekend. They have sexual, I don't know, sexuality, whatever, and they will pay them. So if that's sex trafficking for Diddy, then it's sex trafficking for everybody. So that case is out. If I was in the jury, I'd say nope, that's no good. Now the second charge: rape and sexual assault. Multiple civil lawsuits claim he raped or sexually assaulted women over several years. Now, all right, if he forced Cassie to have sex with him, this is the problem I have with Cassie, his girlfriend. We saw me beat her up in the hotel. Now, you can't defend that, or you cannot. But she was a participant in these freak-offs, and the freak-offs are not what we thought they were. Remember, they were saying these freak-offs, he had 1,000 baby oil. We thought he had like 100 people having a Roman orgy. It's just him, Casey, and a male prostitute, and he used to get his rocks off. He's a cockhole guy. And he was paying people to have sex with his girlfriend. So the other people that he raped, then you have to prove it. Because most of these people are suing financially in civil courts. So if it was a crime, they would have went to criminal court. So the majority, even the witnesses were, what did you see? I see him yell at Casey. What did he do? I seen him one time pull her out of the bed. What happened after that? Well, and one time he got mad because she didn't make his eggs, and he took the skillet and was chasing her with it. So, I mean, he's a douchebag. He's a douchebag. That's it. Very simple. He's a douchebag. But I'm not going to defend him on this charge. You can defend him because there is no. It says multiple civil lawsuits. So what civil means is they want money. So if you were raped, wouldn't you go first, make a police report, and then get a case going? Because I don't think they have a time limit on rape. So throw that shit out the garbage. That's a no for me right there. Okay? Drug distribution. Allegation that he provided and trafficked illegal substance during parties and events. I was one time in a neighborhood meeting with a police chief. Our neighborhood, when I used to live in a certain area in New York. Then the community, used to have a meeting every Wednesday with the chief of the police department. He was telling us there were parties where they have a small, where they have plates of pills in the front. When you go to the bar, you just grab as much as you can and you just gobble it up. Drugs is always there. Elon Musk in the New York Times was just accused of having a pack of drugs that he takes and he abuses so much that he could even urine one day and he had a black eye. I think he had to fight somebody. So drug is all over the place. And by drugs is ecstasy, maybe cocaine, maybe. So drugs is a normal scene and behavior in that kind of world they have. The parties, the high class. That's what they do. So see, I'm gonna find it. I'm the jury right now. So that's garbage because he was not distribution drugs for profit. He was not flying planes full of drugs and selling the drugs on the street of Miami or the street of New York. These are personal drugs that all Americans use who abuse drugs. Thank God your brother here don't smoke, don't do anything. I get high on medication though because I have nerve damage. Not high, it's calm me down, but I don't abuse anything. But this is part of that scenery. So the third charge, not guilty. Now let's go to the fourth charge: gun violence and threats. Accused of using weapons to intimidate and threaten individuals, including brandishing a firearm. All right. So I don't really you're gonna put that as a federal charges. The full weight of the American justice system is based on this. He lives in a gangster genre, right? It's rap. It's all about gangster being bad always. He's accused of killing what's his name? Tupac. Oh, Biggie. There's a lot of rumors going around. So of course he has to show muscle. He has to show street credits all the time. Now you ask the question: did he shoot anybody? There are rumors, but there's no police report on it. So we cannot go on rumors. In this jury room right now, here is where I am a part of the jury. We don't have. Do you have any police report that he shot up anybody? No. Do you have a police report by the people they say that he brandished the gun and showed them? No. So to me, he didn't do it. If you did not tell the police and report it right away, he didn't do it. You understand? He didn't do it. Even I know he did it, but for me, as a person who's in the jury room right now, he did not do it. You understand? So, charge number 4 is not guilty. 5, here we go with this garbage: human trafficking. Now, when you think about the word human trafficking, you think about the cartels bringing women in trucks or taking women from state to state, using brothels to sell their bodies for them to profit, like pimping them around. That's what comes to mind for any American. I'm like, well, sex trafficking, that Diddy's a scumbag. You gotta put him in jail. If he's trafficking young girls, little girls, pedophile, you think like that. That's when you hear the word. But when you read the charge, it don't make no sense. Federal investigation is ongoing. It's not even there into whether he engaged in interstate human trafficking. Now, in this case, they are going to use the Mann Law. The Mann Law, I think it was created for a boxer named Johnson in the early 1900s, who used to have sex with white women, and at that time it was a taboo. So he used to go from state to state and pick up these women. They go around and they follow him. Like groupies. They had groupies over there, and mostly he loved white women, let's just say. And they created a law just to put him in jail. Then he ran and lived in France. Now, that Mann Law is still, I think it's still a law. So that's why I told you I hate laws. I hate new laws. That's why I hate Congress. I think Congress should meet like 3 times a week and go home. Because the more they spend in Washington, the more they get creative and they make these laws unnecessary, just infringing our freedom and create new laws and obstacles. There you go. His allergies coming. Okay. So their idea of human trafficking is when he had girls come from let's say he's in California, he'll go, listen, Casey, can you come over and bring me a couple of girls with you to California? And he pays them. That's what they call us. So give me a second, huh? So as the jury right now here, I'm in the jury room right now. I'm with 12 other people. I'm telling them, guys, hold on, guys. Let me see if I'm on. I don't want to be talking to myself for a couple hours here. You know, and I'm gonna be, guys. Oh gosh, I'm not even on. Wait. Wait. I see myself. Oh, come on, man. Stop that. Don't do that. So I don't know. I think I saw myself someplace here. I hope I did. Huh? Come on. There you go. I hope this doesn't delay me, man. Okay, I don't see myself, guys. I don't see myself. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second, okay? Okay, let me see. I hope I'm wrong because if I've been talking to myself for a whole hour, I'm gonna feel so bad. But you know, I'm sick, man. Okay, where am I? I did see myself someplace, but I think it was I think I still have the. Let me see. What the hell? Come on. Okay, I don't see myself, guys. Let me go to YouTube, to Facebook. Facebook. Okay, I'm just gonna continue to do this. Whatever goes, it goes, and whatever comes, it goes. Okay. I was on charge 5, so please don't go away. Let me just make sure I'm on. If I'm on, I'm on. I'm gonna check Facebook. I don't care. Then I could bring. Yeah, there it is. My beautiful self is there. Okay, so what we up to? We up to charge number 5 with sex trafficking. That's a not guilty right there. So on the first 5 charges, Diddy Combs or Sean Combs, according to Omar here of American Me Podcast, is not guilty. You know, there's some sexual ideas of women coming to visit him in different states or escorts, whatever it is. But everybody does it. They're called Instagram. Why do you think those girls are all on Instagram all day and night? Hello. Okay, so let's go to charge number 6. Charge number 6. There's this lady. Okay. What the hell, singer? What am I doing? Hold on. Diddy charge, right? Yeah. Okay. What happened? Okay. Okay. Now, okay, now charge number 6. The charge number 6 is this is all stupid. Whoever bought this case is fucking should be fired. Um, Revenge porn and surveillance claims that he secretly recorded individuals during intimate acts and used it to control or threaten them. Okay. What they saying is exactly what just happened to the Glenn Greenwald, where he was being, by the Israeli Mossad. They put out a tape of him having his sexual issues. So this thing about he did record, and he did have tapes of him having sex with Casey. It's all about Casey. The whole thing, his whole world is Casey. Casey's attracted to money, and Diddy is attracted to perversion, perverse, and cockholdery, and he loves her, but he knows that it's a toxic relationship. So he used to threaten her every time she wants to leave him. I'm going to release the tapes. I'm going to release the tape. But did he release it? No. So he's not guilty of revenge porn, did he? He threatened to do it. He didn't do it. So if he never did it, how could he be guilty of it? So on count 6, Diddy is not guilty. He never released the videos of him having sexual relationship with other women, and he used to threaten his girlfriend Casey, who she's his girlfriend. He was involved. That's it, and he never did or threaten. See, control or threaten them. So But he didn't break no law. What did he break? Casey had every chance to leave. His girlfriend, she had every opportunity to leave him. It's not like she was stuck in a third world where she can't go. All she has to do just she's rich. She's worth about $5 to $6 million. He's not a poor girl, but she loved Diddy's money. And the problem with her and Diddy is he never made her give her that ring like JC gave Beyonce. He never made her his Beyonce. That's the problem. Diddy never made Cassie his Beyonce. Financial crimes speculated. So that means there is no fact. It's just a speculation. Though not formally charged. So he wasn't even charged. So what do you have on there? There are hints of money laundering and misuse of business funds being investigated. So if you didn't charge him, we're not going to discuss this, and so he's not guilty. So these are the 7 charges that I have. So the whole idea is you have to understand we live in a day of where certain people are attracted to money, even if it comes at the expense of their dignity and safety. Now, Casey was one time one person on the stand said that she was told, "Why don't you leave him?" You know what she said? She said, "Jay Z's not available. He's committed to Beyonce." Which, you know what that means? She wants the same level of a relationship. She wants somebody, a mogul like him. She's not willing to go down and get somebody less money or less, less opportunities. So at the end of the day, Diddy is not guilty. Diddy is guilty as a scumbag. He's a dirty piece of shit. I never liked him. I grew up in New York City. I grew up during the rap movement. I used to rap, in my house because I'm too scared. I don't know what to say, But I used to go to rap songs, rap events, and things like that. I'm the guy who grew up in the '90s, Run DMC, the other stuff. Who's that? Roxanne. I wanna be your man. All that stuff. But we knew I never liked him. I have this thing, and I know it's going to sound a little crazy when you hear it. If I see a person more than a minute or 30, 40 seconds, I have a window to that person and I will judge him right away, even in my own private life. Or as soon as they start talking for a minute or two, I'll wait the conversation and I could tell and I'll get a bad vibe and I never liked him. Every time I looked at him, he had that dirty mouth. He looked like I swear to God, I used to picture those jackals in the desert, those animals that chase those um what do you call those things? Those cows. What I can't even call those bulls. Those dirty ass animals. I swear to God, I swear on everything I love. I never liked him, and every time I looked at him, he just gave me these bad vibes, and I knew he's the worst human being there could ever be. And he went through a lot. There's a story of him how Clyde Davis, the person who gave him the first used him sexually and he was introduced to this behavior and he probably did a lot of shit to get to where he is. There's a lot of rumors going on. I don't know if they're true or not, but Clyde Davis is supposed to be the big guy at that time. He was humping these black boys every time they come to him. And that's it. It is what it is. Anyway, the not guilty, Diddy goes home and he lost all those millions and millions of dollars in lawyers' fees. Now he's going to lose a lot of contracts, a lot of business adventures, partnerships. A lot of streams going to be lost because of this, of his stupid behavior, but it's not unlawful behavior. You understand? Man, the cold, it's getting too cold in here. All right, so we did it. Now I have something else for you. Let me get this ready. Let me get this ready. Um, oh, fuck. Come on, man. Hold on, my friend. Okay. Remember when we had ISIS in the Middle East and we had all this problem with them? They were killing and beheading a lot of people. And the question that any person with a mindset will say, How did they get? Who are these? Where did they come from? How did they come to power? How did they existed? How? You know, you ask that question. You have to ask how and how and how and how. Now, at that time when they first came to power and they were able to take all these lands, all these cities, and they were just taking everything in front of them with guys just running around with swords and they're all criminal, okay? But the question is, you gotta ask yourself, hold on, I gotta set up this video so I can give you an idea of and proof of why I knew ISIS was not what it was, and it was an intelligence. It was an intelligence operation run by the Mossad of Israel and probably the CIA of the United States and other Western intelligence in the region. And the purpose was, let me just get the video ready here. Not ready to love you, baby. Okay. So, you know why I'm doing like that? I have eye problem. I can't see that far. So I bring the thing so close, then I don't even know where I'm at. So let's get to it, right? Like that guy says, what's his name? Como? Hold on. Let me just put this here. Oh, wait. Ah, damn it. Okay. Wrong. This is wrong. Hold on. I don't even know if I'm on YouTube. Not making no money. I always forget to, what do you call it? See, I had the wrong thing. So the whole idea is, give me a second. ISIS, who took over a large part of Iraq in the 2012, 2013, 2014, all the way up to when Trump became president, and he actually destroyed it. A lot of people don't give him credit. They don't give President Trump credit for destroying what do you call it? ISIS. He destroyed them, but when they destroyed them, they killed a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? A lots of it. You know? Okay. So wait, let me get this because we're gonna watch it together. Hold on. Give me a second, okay? I'm gonna restart it. I know it's gonna sound
The White House is
okay. Okay, good. Okay. So in 2013, while Obama was still president, a group of terrorists called ISIS, or they try to create a Sharia state or a Khalifa. They call it Khalifa state. Now, it was strange how these young and all these people came to power, and this person al-Baghdadi declared himself as the leader of this Islamic State. Now the whole purpose is, in war there's something called the meat grinder. You know, a meat grinder. The meat grinder is when you lure your enemy to a certain area where he is not going to win the battle, but he's going to lose a lot of men. So you lure him there just to make sure that you grind him to death. You understand? They used it against the ISIS in Kobani cities. They used them. It's just